Hi, this is Kim. Welcome to my channel this morning. What I want to do this morning is answer a question from one of my viewers or subscribers over on YouTube. They ask how I mix the chicken grit and the potting soil that I use. So I'm going to go through a basic how to mix potting soil here on the channel today. Let's go see where we shop for the poultry grit, because that's hard to find. On my post I did link a place to buy it on Amazon. You may want to try that, especially if you've got that Prime, Amazon Prime, where it's free shipping, because it's heavy stuff. On the way we stopped at Sam's Club and wow, we hit a clearance. These giant 55-quart bags of potting mix were on sale for half price. $6.81 was it? And they're usually $12.98. I picked up two. And just a few other little essentials that we needed to take home with us. But then we went on to Rural King. That's like a farm store, like Quality Farm and Fleet. I don't know if you have those in the area. We're kind of in a rural area of Ohio. I went back to the poultry department. And back there is where they have these little bins of little chickens for sale. Little tiny chicks. They're so cute and so sweet. And you can sit and watch them all the time. You're not supposed to disturb them. I did hold my camera kind of close. And they seemed to think that maybe I was going to put feed in their feeder, because they all went and hunkered around the feeder. They're so cute, but I know nothing about chickens and haven't raised them. But right next to the bins was all the magazines and then all the poultry grit for sale. Right here is a bag. It's a 7-pound bag of the poultry grit, just like I've bought many times, for not quite $6. Now that's a bargain for what I've paid in some places and for what it is on Amazon. I'm sorry, Amazon. But this is the stuff my girlfriend explained to me. She does raise chickens, that they eat little stones like this to help them digest their food. And this is crushed granite, pink crushed granite. I love it as a top dressing too. But it's just real finely ground up. And I like to buy these and have them on hand to add to my soil, because I really think it gives a nice mixture and then adds any of the nutrients that might come. Now they also had crushed oyster shell. I'm not sure how that behaves. I've not used that also. I don't know if it would add any salt or any other kind of a soil imbalance, but I may try that sometime just to see. Now we're going to mix up some potting soil. Now I started, this particular amount I'm going to mix today is about 1 gallon of the potting soil. That's at least where I'm going to start with 1 gallon of potting soil, and then add all my crushed and hard integrates. I've got the soil poured into here. I'm using approximately 1 gallon. And then for the hard materials, I've gotten a quart jar out of my canning supplies, and I'm going to use that as well as I can, get it to pour in there. And I just recommend whatever you want to use. You can use all poultry grit, all coarse sand, partial horticultural, charcoal, whatever mixture you'd want to use. Just I do recommend the horticultural charcoal, because that'll help with antifungal, antitoxin probabilities. I've cited a source back on my blog post on the website that you can see that speaks in regard to this. But what I'm going to do is take the sand, and after a while you get used to this and you can kind of eyeball it. Just about how many scoops or what looks good. to give you the correct amounts. There's no exact science to it, just basically what you decide to fill. This is dusty, so it's nice that I'm doing it outside so we don't breathe in that. Now, the horticultural charcoal is messy, so you probably get black stuff all over your hands and everything, so just handle that with care when you do handle it. So let me get the charcoal. Okay, here we go with this. I think I'll try to pour it from the container, and hopefully I won't get it all over the top of the table. There we go. You can see it's a portion of my coarse mixture, but there we go. There is the mix to pour into the soil. Now, this particular soil that I have used is a cactus mix. So, if you just get regular potting soil, the one I just got on sale at Sam's Club, just use a little bit more of this. Or, in addition to this, use perlite. You can use perlite if you prefer, and use that for a portion of this. Or a little extra, again, if it's regular potting soil. So, we're just going to mix it all together in this big bin. Okay, now this is a gallon I'm mixing, so whatever proportion you need for whatever you're going to plant. Okay, now there it is, all mixed up, and you can see the charcoal in it, the pink granite, and then the coarse paver sand. Okay, we're going to mix that all up. And this will be a potting mixture for succulents. Now you don't have to put as much hardscape if it's not succulents, but this is what I recommend for the succulents. It needs to be rich enough to feed them, but very well draining. And that will give me a lot for future pottings. I got quite a few still here to do. But that's basically how I mix my potting soil. Now let me see if I can give you a close-up so you can see just exactly what's in there. Here we go. You can see the charcoal. Oops, let me keep it back far enough so it'll still focus. But it's full of those drainage materials. Now if I added the perlite, there would be those little white styrofoam looking things, which are not styrofoam. It's volcanic glass. But this will be perfect potting soil for the succulents. So it's all ready. And then what I do with this is just pack it in my boxes with the sealed top. I prepped a couple of those. And see, I've got them labeled. The lid and the box. Believe me, I learned the lesson the hard way. When I've got one ready for the non-sucks and one ready for the sucks, then when you've got both lids off, you can get the two mixed up. I learned the hard way. Label the bottom of it too. Now these are just something you can probably get free at your local grocery store. They have different sizes for their frostings, their, I don't know, sweet coatings and different things like that you can get. Just go up to the bakery department and ask if you can have them. They'll usually just give them to you for free. And if it's a problem, then they typically would just say, okay, $10 for these, and then you've got a little slip in your hand that says, yes, you paid for material walking out of the grocery store. So just try that. It works wonderfully. So let's put these in the container. I think I might be able to get this whole amount down in here. Yep, let's look. There we go. Full. And this was for the succulents. And there we go, all ready for the next planting. Little snap-on lid. Back in the day, we had Tupperware that we burped. I don't even know if that stuff still exists, does it? But there's your container. Easy and wonderful to store. But that's how I do my potting mix. Okay, so that's how I do my potting mix. And for some, that just may be, I already know that. For beginners, it might help them. So I can mix up another portion and just don't put so much of the hardscape in it for non-succulents. But that's all there is to it. Now what I'll do is attach another video that I think you might be interested in. I'll attach it up here in the corner. And please subscribe. Be sure to hit the like button and give me any comments that you may have. See you next video. Bye-bye.